Hello, dear Taurus. I'm Michaela, and this is your May astrology forecast for Sun, Moon, and of course, rising sign Taurus. So let's dive into what this month will bring for all of us, but for you especially who still celebrate birthdays in the first half of May. Dear friends, happy birthday. I wish you to be healthy, to be loved and loving, and to achieve everything you want and you wish for yourself. It's a very important month for you indeed, Taurus. So the 1st of May, we have a beautiful, lucky, charming, romantic day, especially for you because your ruler Venus conjuncts the great benefic Jupiter at 27 degrees of Pisces. That's your 11th house. And remember what was happening in your life at the first half of April, and especially around the 12th of April, when there was this great, unique, amazing conjunction of Neptune and Jupiter in Pisces, which activated the same house of your natal chart. So same events might repeat or be enhanced now. We talk about friendships. We talk about you being extremely generous, charismatic, popular. Jupiter gives this popularity, it gives expertise. So like people are drawn to you as towards a teacher, a leader, an expert. And of course, 11th house is about being in society. It can be physically, or it can be also online. So if you have a blog or some activity in internet, in social media, then you will be extremely successful on this day. You might attract new, important, beautiful friends, like-minded people to you. You might form a group or join a nice team of people to collaborate with. 11th house is also the house of gains from our career. So you might receive some beautiful bonuses or rewards for your work, your mission in life. And last but not least, it's the house of hopes and dreams and long-term goals. So really very possible that your wishes come true at the beginning of May. Then your ruler moves into Aries, where frankly, Venus doesn't feel the strongest at Aries. It's also your 12th house of endings, of isolation. So you might go on some retreat or just spend more time in nature. You might want to evaluate your past, maybe doing some regressions, constellations to dig into your psyche, in your memories, in your family history, and kind of, work with spirituality overall. As well, it's a great time to take care of yourself more. Maybe some people would go to some clinics for health researches. You might work with some teacher, guru, especially after the 11th, when Jupiter as well goes into Aries as well, going into your 12th house. So that would be kind of enough of this all social hustle and bustle and activities with friends. So you might concentrate more into yourself basically and introspection, but Jupiter and Venus in 12th house might give you more desire to explore faraway exotic countries. So you might go on a trip, or you might meet some people from such faraway countries. Last but not least, all this month that Venus transits Aries, you will feel more Arian. So you actually might feel more energized, more assertive, less compromising, like you really want to do some action and need some action in your life, which is not very typical for you, isn't it, Taurus? On the 10th, Mercury stations to go retrograde at 4 degrees Gemini. That's your 2nd house. Mercury will be moving retrograde till the 3rd of June, when again it stations, so like stops its movement to turn again direct, and that will be at 26 degrees Taurus, so your 1st house. You will feel it especially strongly on the 3rd of June. If your ascendant, your rising sign, or sun or moon is around the 26th degree. So overall, remember these 2 dates, 10th of May and 3rd of June, where those 2 dates are not really recommendable for any financial operations, starting a diet, buying something, spending money or something, start a new working project, neither for any personal initiations or starting a relationship, I would say. But while Mercury is retrograde in your 2nd house, it will ask you to reevaluate your work, your budget, sources of income, how do you earn money, how do you spend it. It's like really paying your attention towards your value system overall. Yeah, what's really important to you, Mercury would insist you to reassess within yourself. Maybe comparing and checking the job market if you're on a job hunt, but not yet jumping into anything new, just checking and comparing and reassessing. Then after the 23rd of May, when Mercury goes back into your sign for about a week or a week and a half, well, then you might go back into some old look, like physical look, right? Some old partners can come back into your life, whether maybe for short term or to reestablish communication and relationship with you. You might really want to reevaluate your health, do some going back to some diet, to some exercises, check again maybe your health status, and as well reevaluate and reassess all your personal projects basically that you would like to start. On the 13th, the Sun conjuncts Rahu, the karmic lunar node, the North Node, at 22 degrees of your sign. So you will feel it really, especially if you have your rising sign, your ascendant, Sun or Moon around 22 degrees. Wow, those are huge possibilities really, because the Sun is our ego, is what we want to achieve, and the North Node is an energy of amplification, of everything new, unexplored, exciting, of a lot of people, multitudes, of anything exotic. So you might have some brilliant ideas, possibilities to start something new, to meet a lot of people, to shine in front of them. Basically, for a year and a half, the North Node moves through your sign. So that's your 1st house. If you're ascendant Taurus, well, that talks a lot about your leadership and initiations, and you being the trendsetter for all the world this year and a half, and to really be brave, be courageous, and start something new in your life, and not rely maybe so much on your partners. So that will be an interesting, powerful day for you. On the 16th, we have total lunar eclipse at 25 degrees of Scorpio. That's your 7th house. Again, you will feel it especially if your rising sign and hence as well descendant around 25th degree. Well, lunar eclipses are very massive full moons, so it is about culminations or endings. And we talk about relationships, maybe personal ones. Maybe you decided it's time to go separate ways, divorce, separate, or maybe vice versa, the opposite. Maybe you just had a boyfriend for, I don't know, 5 years, and now finally you decide to move into the next level and you get a proposal or you propose. It's really powerful. Around eclipses, is not recommended to do any emotional or rushed decisions, because then the consequences will be with us really, really long time. But if you're sure about your relationships, whether personal or business ones, then you might want to act upon them, or maybe your partners will. But it might be really some kind of a releasing and letting go, because with this eclipse, not only that it's a lunar eclipse, but also it's with participation of Ketu, the south lunar node, as well karmic, but it talks about the past and about transformations at the very least, and learning from the past, maybe in this case, learning from your partners and possibly letting go. On the 18th, Mars conjuncts Neptune, again in Pisces, 25th degree, again your 11th house. On one hand, Mars is the ruler of your partners, and Mars is very fiery energy. It doesn't feel so good, let's say, with the watery Neptune, who is about dreaming and no borders, no particularly direction. Sometimes it might act as a mist. So yes, around the 18th, your partners might feel quite lost. Maybe it's due to this eclipse, 7th house. Remember, it's about your closest people, partners. So maybe they are now feeling a bit nostalgic. They go back in past, go back to, I don't know, their families or places of their early childhood upbringing. So you will be supportive to them, of course, because they might feel either a bit nostalgic, a bit sick, but also maybe quite romantic. That could be nice for both of you. Sentimental, romantic, empathic. Maybe they will decide to do some charity work. This conjunction happens, of course, in your 11th house. Again, remember what happened at the beginning of the month, in the middle of April. These topics can be, once again, on the surface, maybe some active participation in group causes, NGOs, political organizations as well. Maybe you're having a performance with your group of salsa, for instance, right? Your salsa club. So it's something about doing with other people. On the 21st, Sun goes into Gemini, into your 2nd house, thus illuminating matters of your finances, budget, of how do you value yourself, first of all, how do you take care of your body. So we might talk here about a diet, about something related to nurturing yourself, your self-esteem, your body, and establishing your sense of financial security. It can also mean focus for about a month on your household, maybe doing some reconstruction at home. On the 25th, Mars goes into Aries. So remember, the planet that rules your partners actually goes into one of the signs it rules. So your partners will regain their normal fiery, I would say, character, ambitions, leadership, desire, passion. But that's for you, that's your 12th house. So a lot of energy into ending something, releasing, letting go, healing. 12th house is about spiritual practices, and in this case it can be some kind of active meditation, let's say Tai Chi or hot yoga, or Qigong at the very least. Some fire breathing you can practice as well. Anything that would help your mind, soul, emotions, as well as your physical health, your body, right? 12th house could talk about faraway journeys and travels. So you might go to some extreme trip to the desert, for example, because really Mars is about heat, it's about action, and 12th house could be about either remote work or being in the nature or being in some exotic place. Well, on the 27th, you might have a tough day, actually, like all of us, I would say, because Venus then squares Pluto. And yeah, you might feel some power issues, control issues with someone. It might be some authority figure, some state institution. If you have some legal courts, it might be someone from the legal department, or someone from abroad. Really, some foreigners can make it tough to you for a while this day. But then already on the 28th, Venus goes into your sign. Happy days for you, for your ruler, first house with Venus there. You become the emanation of charm, of diplomacy, of beauty. So while Venus transits your first house, it's great to look for support, establish friendships, establish relationships with others, go for what you want, as we say, with a velvet glove, you know, so not by force achieving what you desire and establish your projects, but with a lot of compromises, charm, diplomacy, and even seduction, perhaps. On the 29th, Mars conjuncts Jupiter, 3 degrees of Aries. That's your 12th house. So, wow, that might bring a lot of kind of happy, in a sense, energy subconsciously. It might be hard to sleep, to stay on one place, but really it's a great time to let go and release. You might meet some faraway foreign partner from some exotic place for you, or through internet. And your partners, by the way, they can be extremely generous, happy, optimistic, like larger than life, or they might be as well like a wildfire. So we have to be careful with this no boundaries energy of Jupiter with the warrior planet Mars. But in your case, it's your subconscious, so you might want to very actively clean your old attachments you don't want anymore. And on the 30th, we have a new moon at 9 degrees of Gemini. That's your second house. So we're talking about new possibilities for work, for gaining income. Maybe you have negotiated better salary, better position at work. It's about new ways to respect yourself, to raise your voice. Maybe you start even physically or literally singing lessons, or you join some groups about public speaking, self-esteem. Yeah, that all might be enhanced. And this new moon is important because it's exactly 2 weeks after the last spring eclipse. Remember, we had 2 eclipses this spring. We will have 2 more in the autumn. That's quite normal. Every year we have at least 4 eclipses. But yeah, during this eclipse period, the energy is very dense, and usually it lasts for about a month and a half, not only on the days of the eclipses, not only the 2 weeks between them, but also I would give it 2 more weeks on both ends. And exactly with this new moon, it's kind of, you know, the tension goes down, especially for you, Taurus, your fixed sign. Now the lunar karmic nodes are on the axis Taurus Scorpio, so you guys will be the most affected, changed, I hope, in a very positive way through these eclipses, and you know, more to come. But now it's time to rest and to integrate all this life experience that you have lived through, I would say, the last month and a half. So it would be very interesting to hear your comments in, you know, below the video about what you are going through currently. But remember, like I don't know how the lead is in your hands, yeah, because the north node right now is in your sign, so you are setting the trends and we all follow you, so don't be shy. Thank you, dear Taurus, for watching, sharing, liking my videos, for subscribing for my channel. That helps me grow as well. And I wish you really a powerful and positive month. Take the best of it. Be courageous, be strong. I know you are, and everything will happen in the best possible way for you. I'll see you soon. Bye.